welcome to the first of hopefully many videos where I explain and teach some Allan Holdsworth songs. Today we're doing the Allan Holdsworth classic Pud Wud, which was suggested by Manning Bartlett, who is the administrator of the Unreal Allan Holdsworth Facebook group. Now, this is a great song to start out with because pretty much every one of these chords in the song Allan has used in multiple other songs. A lot of his favorites are in here. And it's relatively a short, simple song. There's not too many unique chords in here. A lot of times a lot of the same voicings just moved over. So let's get started. So the first chord of the song is F major 7 sus 2. You can also think of this chord as a C major with an F in the bass. Kind of a tricky stretch, but Allan uses this one a lot. If you want, you can also take the C major here, and you can put it up here, and then put the F on the bottom. The next chord is a A9 sus 4. You can also think of it as a G major with an A on the bottom, the bass. And then, with your first finger, it goes down to C, making this an A minor 9. This is a chord that Allan uses very frequently. It's even in his instructional video for a bit. No really easy way of playing this unless you want to use the A as the open string. But that's about it. Then he takes that first chord again, that major 7 sus 4, major 7 sus 2 chord, and moves it up to D flat. And then it's E flat. Some people think of this as a E flat sus 4 with a G in the bass. I think that's a little bit weird. I don't particularly like slash chords because I feel they don't really give you the characteristic of the chord. That's just me. To me, this is an E flat major add 11 chord. This is one that Allan uses a lot. It's even in the beginning of Things You See. It sort of looks like a G minor chord with your third and fourth finger moved up a half step. So getting your second and third finger a fret apart is a little weird. But this is the chord. And then the next chord is a B flat 7 third inversion with the 7 in the bass, A over here. Also put that A on the low E string and then play the B major triad on the top here. Allan plays it like this. And now the first really wonky chord of the song. It's A flat minor 6 over 9. No easy way of playing this chord at all. It's built from the same voicing of that minor 9 chord that he uses a lot. Got a root, flat 7, 9, and then a minor third, and then you take that flat 7 and you move it to the 6. You can also, I've seen Allan do this before, instead of putting the root on the E string, put it on the high E string. There's nothing wrong with that. It just makes it a little bit more comfortable, I guess. Then the next chord is E major with a B in the bass. Then you slide that E major triad to F sharp. But to me, this is the same chord as the first chord in the song, a B major 7 sus 2. And then we have our minor 9 voicing, F minor 9. And now what he'll do is, the way that I'm showing you the song is the way that he kind of played it later in his career. In the beginning, when he played it with the syntax, he didn't add all these little things to them too much, but when he started playing him as a trio, he changed things around a little bit. And the songs went through a few modifications, but not anything really heavy. Most of the way that this song is played is basically the way that he's always played it. So, you've got this F minor 9, and then you take that minor third, and then you move it up to B flat. And then you can play the high E flat on the top of your first finger. And then you've got that like E flat major with an F in the bass chord. Same 9 sus 4 chord as we have here. It's basically doing this. Just up an F. Then it goes, once again, the first voicing of the song, that E major 7 sus 2. But then he'll add the G sharp on the top, making this E major 9, and then goes to this voicing, which is an E flat minor 11 If you want, you can think of this as a G flat sus2 with an E flat in the bass, but I don't think that helps anyone out. And if you can reach it with your first finger, you can also play the flat 7, the D flat on the top. But I don't have the hands for that. I barely have the hands to play the song. So then after that, goes to B major 7 sus2. Sorry, C major 7 sus2. And back to this add 11 voicing. In this case, it's now in D. So it's basically earlier in the song, just now transposed over a little bit. Then goes back to the first chord of the song, the F major 7 sus2. But now he plays A minor 6/9. A little bit easier here because you can utilize the open string if you want. So the open A string, or if you want to make life harder for yourself, like me, you can put the A on the bottom E string. And then there's a part like this earlier in the song, but now it's transposed a half step. F major with a C in the bass. You move that F major triad over to G. So now you have a G major with the C in the bass, C major 7 sus2 to me, and then another minor 9 chord. This time it's F sharp minor 9. And for this part in the song, he'll then switch from this minor 9 and then take the flat 7 and move it to the 6. And then you have F sharp minor 6/9. And once again, excuse my playing for this. This song's very tough for my hands, particularly where it's located on the guitar. So just bear with me, but the chords are right, and to me that's all that matters. Then the next part we have this chord, which is we've got a G, an A, and a C. Well, this is just the middle part of a F major add 9 chord, which actually Allan uses probably the most out of any one of his chords. Voicings that I've seen. It's particularly common, but it's just the middle 3 strings for this, or you can just play F major if you want. Then you move this over a whole step to now G major add 9, and then C major. And then the next part I don't really have to go through. It's kind of just a lick in the song that everyone just uses, that they can just vamp and do anything in C major or A minor over, whether it's chord substituting or improvising. A lot of times later in his career, Allan would just play this lick kind of over and over again, but earlier he would do something else. He would just borrow chords from anything in C major, and if you know his instructional video, you know sort of how he views scales and stuff. But this is the lick. Last chord of the head is F7, or you can think of it as F major, E flat on the bottom. So it's like a third inversion dominant 7 chord. You can also play it with the E flat on the A string, like this. But this is how he plays it for whatever reason. And it goes back to F major 7 sus2. So the entire song is basically those chords just looped over and over again. The head is the entire song. A lot of times there are Allan songs where the part that people are soloing over is a slight variation of the head, but this song is not like that. The only other thing that's left is the very end of the song. Sort of it ends on this sort of cattle prod chord. Yeah. A little strange. I think of this, he uses this in another song. I think on Water on the Brain he uses it. I think of this with the root on G, so to me this is a G major 13 sharp 5 chord. But for a slash chord that makes a little bit more sense, you can think of it as a B major triad with a C major on the bottom. And this is the voicing for it. It's a little tricky because you have to use your middle finger to bar the G and the C here. Allan, because his hands are so big, can just sort of play it like he's fretting one note. But that's all I can manage. So that's it. I hope you liked the video. If I get a good response for this, I'm sure I'll make more. I have an idea of a bunch of songs that I want to do in the future, and I think the next song that I want to tackle is going to be a 4-parter. I'll play a little bit of it and see if anyone recognizes it. So, there you go. Thanks for watching, and catch you later.